I'm Victoria Cash. Thanks for calling the Lucky Land Hotline. If you feel like you do the same thing every day, press 1. If you're ready to have some serious fun for the chance to redeem some serious prizes, press 2. We heard you loud and clear. So go to LuckyLandSlots.com right now and play over 100 social casino-style games for free. Get lucky today at LuckyLandSlots.com.
Available to players in the U.S., excluding Washington and Michigan. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mikey intern Ned Reynolds in the studio on a Wednesday morning. We didn't talk about this yesterday, the national anthem performance 2 nights ago. I saw it. We did our sports thing yesterday, and I was like, we don't need to talk about it. But then yesterday, eventually, the singer that came out and sang that song came out and said she was under the influence and was going to rehab, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, well, how bad was it? I watched that thing. Holy moly, that was horrible. Did you watch it?
I did not see it live. I have seen it replayed, and it was an abomination.
Oh, man, it was horrible, horrible. I don't even know if she hit the same. I don't know if she hit the same key one like twice. It was crazy. Anyway, we should have talked about that, but we didn't. But I'm glad she's getting the help she needs. Now, the big guys were on the diamond last night, and who got the dub?
The American League did. This is their 10th in the last 11 All-Star games, and they're pretty good. Both teams are. It was a pretty good All-Star game, as All-Star games go. Sometimes they have a tendency to be sloppy. Sometimes they can get very boring because pitching usually dominates. I don't mean boring in a negative way, but the lack of offense frequently rears its ugly head. Did not last night. 5-3, the American League won it, and the long ball was very much in evidence. So who hits a home run to put the National League on top 3-0? Only the best player in the world, Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he bombed one 400-foot shot. He's really, really a good player. The lead, 3-0 lead, did not last very long. American League came back and tied it up. Juan Soto had a 2-run double, and he nothing wrong with him either. He's a very good player. Yankees have him. 2-run double, and then they got a base hit to tie it up. Then in the late innings, Jared Duran of the Boston Red Sox, who's having a breakout year, cracked a 2-run home run. That was the margin of victory, 5-3. The American League beats the National League. Pretty good ball game and good camaraderie all the way around. So, yeah, from an enjoyable standpoint, it was there. I'm anxious to see the TV ratings because they, over the past number of years, those TV ratings for the All-Star Game have dropped. And that may very well be the case again this year. Why are they dropping? Well, the interest probably isn't quite as sharp as it used to be back a number of years ago. That's number one. But number two, there are so many other options. And I think the general public explores those options. We'll see. We'll see what the numbers are when they come out.
It's kind of one of those things. I actually just, interestingly enough, got done reading autobiography from a bass player that I really love, and he's a huge baseball fan, and his gripe is too many commercials.
But keep in mind now why there are too many commercial breaks. Look at the salaries the players are getting, and the teams making money. That's why they've got to get those commercial breaks in there. I fully agree there are too many of them, and most of them aren't very good anyway, but that's why. That's where the money aspect. When that begins to dry up, then you'll see a dropping in the revenue, too.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of money and or revenue, baseball's thinking about going back to those team uniforms. Your thoughts?
Bring it on. Bring it on. This that they have now with these teams wearing all the same uniform, American League and National League All-Stars, it's nonsense. Nonsense. Who in the world, and I think I know who it is, came up with this idea? Whomever it was, and I think it's the commissioner of the game, Mr. Manfred, said, let's all have them in the same uniform. Did you bother to ask the public? Of course not. This is corporate America at its best. The individuals who run corporate America, the CEOs, and they know more than you do. The hell they do. Ask the employees and the constituency, the fans. They never would have liked this. You go to an all-star game to see individuals. They're all-stars. That's why they're there. And they represent the Cardinals, the Dodgers, the Royals, the Phillies. They all have their home teams, but oh no, not now. They all look the same. You can't identify individuals. I think it's utter nonsense. It was, to begin with, bring back the individual teams and their uniforms and let the All-Star game return to what it was.
Team USA got a chance to play a couple days ago. When's their next opportunity to get on the court?
It is this morning, and they play in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. This will be the getaway game. From there, then the USA team goes to London. 2 more games in London, then down across the English Channel and down to Paris for the Olympic Games. This morning they're playing Serbia. Now the Serbian team over the years has been pretty good. They put a number of players in the NBA. Do they have the depth that the USA team has? That's hard to say. The Serbian team is led by Nikola Jokic. He is former NBA most valuable player from the Denver Nuggets. He is big, 6'11", 7 feet tall. He is rugged. He's tough to stop. Can he do it all on himself? And this is what they call a friendly game, because after all, it's not one of the competitive games in the Olympics. It's an exhibition. So that's what we see today. Now the U.S. is coming off a near miss. They did get the win over Australia, but after leading by 24 points, they let that lead fritter away to 6. And the USA won over the Aussies, the Boomers, as they call them, 98-92, and that was a couple of days ago. So we'll see what happens in the Serbian game. Could be and should be a very competitive basketball game.
Definitely should be, and go USA. Major League Baseball draft has ended. We were hoping to see a couple local guys go in the second day of the draft. Did we have any in day 3?
We did. We had 2 of them go, and these are the only 2 in all 3 rounds, and they are 2 individuals who, in all honesty, I did not expect would be named. And the one we did think would go did not. I'll have to explore the reasons why that happened, but regardless, it did not. Anyway, in the 16th round, the Texas Rangers picked Eric Loomis. Loomis is a kid who was a relief pitcher for the Bears, throws 100 miles an hour, and he is very strong. He's also very wild. And the Bears had problems with their bullpen this year. But nonetheless, the Rangers see some possibilities with Loomis, and they picked him in the 16th round. He does have another year of eligibility remaining, and if he decides to explore that, this is the 16th round. Whether or not he goes pro, if he goes to college, I'm not sure he returns to Missouri State. There is a possibility he does not. The other player chosen was in the 17th round, the next round, and that was by the Cardinals, and his name is Brant Thompson. He's a kid from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. He was the Bears' Friday pitcher. That's what they call the top pitcher on the team, because when you're playing conference games over the weekend, he's the one who began all those series. Good pitcher, solid pitcher, and he could get some time with the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll find out. He's a senior, so he has no college eligibility remaining. They are the 2 picked, Loomis and Thompson, and they went in yesterday's final day of the draft.
Congratulations to those guys. And last but not least, we had a bunch of golfers over the pond in Scotland. Now, British Open begins, today or tomorrow?
It all depends on your determination of what we're doing. It will begin at 12:30 a.m. our time. Now, is that today or tomorrow? Technically, it's tomorrow, but it's... Well, some of us are still creeping in, but
not me, brother, and I definitely know not you. Well, I guess it depends on the night.
No, definitely not me. But 12:30 tonight, our time, and it will be, I think, 6:30 over in Troon, Scotland, where they're playing. It's the British Open, of course, and it's at Royal Troon this year, which has been used, I believe, 10 times for the British Open in the past. Very demanding course. The pairings are all out. Most of the big names, Tiger Woods and company, will play very early tomorrow morning, like in the neighborhood of 8 and 9 o'clock. That is TV time in the United States, and that's when it will be seen live. But the competition itself, the first group, will tee off at 12:30 a.m. Central Time. 12:30 a.m. You are an avid golf fan if you are up at that hour watching that competition.
Or something to watch after getting home from the bar before you go to sleep. And actually the perfect combination, if you ask me. Ned, you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.